Jamaicans went to Brixton, Harlesden and Stoke Newton. Trinidad, Dominicans, Grenadians and Irish went to Kilburn, Ladbroke Grove and Notting Hill. These dilapidated wards became their space, place or ghetto. Spatial mono-community, to me, was not really understood unless you drove through Southall. Notting Hill, in contrast, has always been a multiracial space, has always been a multiracial space, where people seem to be reacting or interacting on the same level. With the adoption of ownership of an area, it's consolidated by an event bringing memories of home, an unbreakable link. As the Notting Hill Carnival grew locally, so did the sense of belonging outside the borough. A link between the various Caribbean communities in the UK and Europe was established with the Caribbean via the conduit, which was Notting Hill Carnival. An unbreakable link with all free people, with or without colour, and the carnival in the area space is now consolidated. Notting Hill remains UK's largest cultural offer. However, fruits of its success are yet to trickle down. Its success, and in fact, the people are drawn to the area is an expression of understanding and empathy of the history of the area and the development of the carnival. There are not too many carnivals that attract numbers like the Notting Hill Carnival. And as Colin said, reaching 2 million people. In summary, the carnival and the area that bears its name is the Caribbean's communities Glastonbury, Oxbridge Boat Race, or Middlesex Home Games. Each is a feature of UK's annual cultural offer. Each is iconic. I think in 2017 we were voted the 16th most iconic event in Britain. Each has a contribution to its social economic development of their respective areas, and yes, each has a specific location. Glastonbury, the Thames, Lords and Notting Hill. Move or not to move? That is the question. Can the carnival be moved? Of course it can. Any event can be moved. Would the nature of the carnival be changed? Of course it would, because the very essence of the carnival, which is its area, will not be the same. There's no link. There will be no link in this new space, be it Hyde Park or Regent's Park or whatever park they want to put us in. There will be no organic development of the event, and there is a controlled organic development of the event, almost like it is a contradiction within itself, a kind of spatial dichotomy. And the only way that the borough, the state, has been able to control that is to change the street furniture around the whole of Notting Hill. Now, there was a potential of developing the route so it came straight up. For those who don't know, there was the potential of going straight down the judging point, which is on Great Western Port, taking a left, and instead of taking a right to go down Chepstow Road, they put 6 foot limitation barriers, so trucks couldn't actually get down there with permanently fixed furniture. The future, there's always going to be periodically calls for relocation or something wrong, or there's issues about the carnival. There will always be issues when you have thousands of people in one space. Believe me, I'm a production manager. One thing that Notting Hill Carnival has that probably no other event has is the people that attend have discipline. They have discipline. Right? The youngsters might want to run and create a rush, it's called a starburst. But generally, people are educated in attending the event. Right? Historically, there's a deliberate reshaping of the space to limit the development of the place, and that's evident. The carnival community may have no reason to celebrate the current mayor's review, and in fact, the review that was undertaken by Mayor Livingston, in 2004, still, in my view, still remains the blueprint for the development of Carnival, and not only the development of Carnival, but the incorporation of Carnival